Hello, everyone. My guest today is Nelissen. He's the CEO and founder of a company called Prezly. He's been building stuff since he was very young and had one real job where he was hired as an assistant, built their website, their intranet, and their parent company. He then started a web firm, grew to 10 people, started his startup, which never really took off, called trackmypeople.com, then moved to a large agency where he grew it from 5 to 80 people in charge of sales, and then moved to Prezly about 3 years ago and has not looked back. Yes, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for pronouncing my name correct.
You bet. Now, is Prezly your baby? You created it or you joined the founders?
I joined them like 2 months in or something, but I kind of redid all of the work. So I consider myself as a founder.
So do you have equity?
Yeah, sure. We're just two partners right now, and we share
50-50?
Almost. Yeah, 50-50. It's like a little less, but
okay,
close to that.
So you have what, 45, a little less?
Yeah, it's like 43.
Okay. Tell me what the company does. How do you make money?
Yeah, so like Prezly, we try to help brands in connecting their content with stakeholders or influence around them. So an easy way to put this is clients like IKEA or something, like they use Prezly to get their content to the right people at the right time. They have to deal with, maybe employees, journalists, partners, clients. And so connecting their content with the right stakeholder is like what the platform helps you to do. And so to put it in more to compare it to something else, it's kind of like a combination of a CRM built for PR, MailChimp, and maybe a mini WordPress all combined in one package,
Okay. And when did you launch the company?
Official launch was 2010 or something, but the first years we were just it was like a hobby project, people didn't take it seriously. So I consider 2014 as our real first year where we started charging clients. Yeah.
Okay. So you started charging in 2014, and on average, what are customers paying today?
Right now, yeah. Well, so our average ARPU or something is around 400 per license. So that's not per user. So I like to use RPL or something here just to make sure that's not a user metric. But
that's $400 per month or per year?
Per month, yeah. So that's $5K a year, yeah.
And have you guys bootstrapped the company or have you raised?
Yes, bootstrapped.
I love that. And what are you at now in terms of total customers?
We don't to share the exact our exact revenue, but it's in the hundreds.
Okay.
So you could count more than 100, less than 1,000.
Okay, got it. Can we put a little narrower gap? Can we say between 100 and 300? Is that fair?
Well, it's more than 300.
Okay, got it.
All I can say.
Well, then that's helpful. We'll say between 300 and 1,000. That's good.
Yes.
So at a minimum, if I take 300 times $400 a month, you're doing at a minimum 120 grand a month in revenue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. And what are some of the other economics around this kind of company? Obviously, churn is critical. What are you guys at now in terms of churn?
Yeah, so logo churn is a little higher than revenue churn. That's because our plans are moving upstream a little bit, getting more expensive, more targeting bigger clients. So our logo churn is around 1.2
monthly
percent monthly. Yeah. And so our revenue churn is below 1%. So it's 0.94 or something. So that's pretty good, I think.
And what's driving that churn down? Are there specific parts in the product where once people use that part of the product, they get really sticky?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer. And things that we're working on really hard right now to nail that, because, we are we have different value offerings. Some people use our CRM mostly, purely the CRM side. And then other, mainly older clients came in for the newsrooms. The real promise or USP, I guess, is the combination of both. But to nail that metric exactly, like Facebook with the 12 friends or whatever it is, we're not there yet, because it's different per segment, So, but it can be something like number of newsrooms published, or right now on the CRM side, it's mostly after they import a big list of contacts and they start using it. So I would say importing right now is really important.
Got it. And just so I want my audience to make sure they understand the product completely. If a company is listening right now and you're trying to, in the past, maybe you put out a press release. Instead, take that press release, upload it to Prezly, and you'll basically put that release in the hands of a bunch of influencers who will then spread the release versus a PR web. Is that generally accurate?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. Like I would describe that as like an old way of doing things. It's like creating a press
Well,
release.
so how do you do it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand.
So we want brands to tell their stories themselves. So we give them awesome newsrooms that are like social friendly, mobile friendly, responsive, all the things.
What does
like
that mean though? I don't get newsroom.
Yeah, newsroom is like I guess like a website with like a news hub where they post all their. So you could say like maybe like a best way to put it would be like a mini WordPress site or a Medium posting or something like where they can publish all their news. Right, it's a CMS.
Okay.
Right, and then there's so many CMSs out there, so that doesn't make us unique. But what makes us unique is that we link that CMS with outreach and CRM tools. So you can be like, all right, so I'm Emirates, right? We work for Emirates. And so they publish like first-class entertainment, a story or press release about first-class entertainment. They first push it to their website, which is like integrated in their main website. But then also like from Prezly, they can orchestrate like tomorrow morning, I want this to go out to journalists. Tomorrow afternoon, I want to like send this personal pitch to this high-profile blogger, and the day after, I want to send it to all our pilots or all our staff.
So why do people use you versus just putting the thing on their own blog and then emailing all their press contacts?
Yeah, great question. So like I think there's a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is that if you want to like do this PR machine really well, you need to link up a lot of different solutions. It's not just like publishing it on the website, but it's also like doing personal outreach, following up with a journalist, doing like mass emails to like lower tier journalists. So it's like all the work that comes in the like, and there's a lot of tools that can help you with that. But as a PR professional, you kind of like have to get those tools to work together. And that's why they use Prezly. Like
you're all those like in one.
Yeah, all in one. That's it.
Okay, what are you spending to acquire customers?
Like there's a big difference in customer, like fully weighted customer acquisition. So like I would say right now it's around 7 to 8K.
Fully weighted.
But fully weighted. So including salaries and like, but there's a really big difference in like self-service client and enterprise clients, which are our most important segments. Yeah.
But on average, $7,000.
Yeah, seven on average. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're paying $400 a month, I mean, you can do the math and assume you're getting paid back around 12, 13, 14 months, something like that.
Yeah, but I feel personally that that's not, because we are profitable and bootstrapped, like that's not good enough for us. So if you look at our newer subscriptions, the new clients we sign on right now, our payback would be around like 4 to 6 months. Because that ARPU is kind of like over all our clients, and the newer subscriptions are way up there. So
they're like higher.
Yeah, 10K, 15K a year. Yeah.
So this is obviously back of the napkin, but what do you assume one of these new customers coming in is worth to you over their lifetime?
Yeah, well, if we take the traditional like formula, I think it's around like if we use revenue churn, it's around like 30 to 40K. I feel like in the newer subscription, or like that's what the metrics tell us, that it's above 50K. So I would like, if I have to put a number right now, it would be 55 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're just looking at the increased prices of the new folks coming on. I mean, even that though, like you said, you had 1.2% revenue churn, right? I mean, so if I divide 1 divided by,
No, it's like 0.9 on revenue churn and 1.2 on logo churn. And I use revenue churn as an LTV driver. I don't know.
No, that's
fine.
What do you think? No, I think that's fine. I want to make sure I understand the number. So 0.09. So 1 divided by 0.009 would basically say someone would stay with you for about 90, almost 100 months. Yeah, 100 months basically at a $400 price point, right? Many people would go, well, Nathan, you're just putting numbers into an Excel sheet. That's not realistic. He doesn't know if someone's going to stay with him for, 9, 8 years. So how do you make sure you don't get like lost in the clouds with those numbers?
Yeah. Yeah. So like I try not to overstress LTV, because it's like, you put it right. I mean, like you don't know if someone's staying for 99 months. That's like a really long time. But also it's like the 400 is like across our client base. So I would say right now our average client is paying us like around 10K a year. So that's like more to 800 or 900 per month. Yep. And if you do that, like if you consider people to stay around for 3 years or 4 years, well, then you have like around 50K. But again, LTV, I'm more focusing on like the payback ratio and like the machine being healthy, driving down churn, becoming like net positive, like net negative churn.
Are you net negative yet? Yes.
No, not yet. No. So it's like 0.99 and a bit. But yeah, we're getting there.
You think you'll hit it this year?
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we're hiring for that. And yeah, absolutely.
What's your team size today?
So around 15, 16 people.
Where are you based?
We're based, like, we're a 100% remote company, but our main office is in Belgium, Brussels.
Okay, good. And
yeah, close to Brussels, yeah.
And give me a sense of kind of, first off, I love that you're bootstrapped and growing this thing. I'd love to understand more about the growth rate. So if you look back to the end of 2016, do you remember what you were doing at the end of 2016 in terms of run rate?
Yeah, so like I have some metrics for you. So like 2016, we didn't like really publish that yet, but like 2013 was like 15K. So like the first year, I know you asked that questions, like
that 15K for the whole year or per month?
Yeah, no, for the whole year altogether.
Okay.
So like bookings. And so the next year, 2014, we did 150K. So that's like times 10, but that's easy on the loan numbers. The year after that, we did 400K.
Yep.
And I think end of 2016, we're around like 900K, 800, 900K. Yeah.
In terms of ARR?
Yeah, ARR. And so we're looking to double or more than double every year.
So let me ask, did you break the $2 million mark in 2017?
Well, I said 800. So like,
no, you said 800 in 2016.
Yes. So we should have been at like 1.6 for 2%. Yes, we hit that one.
You did. So you beat 1.6.
Yes.
That's good. So doubling year over year is obviously a really healthy place to be. So let me see here. Last set of questions here. Yes, before we wrap up, if someone comes to you and offers you, let's say it's 4x ARR, do you sell the company?
No, absolutely not. We're not done yet. We are just getting started. Yeah.
The look in your face scares me when you say that. So I believe you. I believe you have much more damage to do. All right. Yes. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
I would say Rework.
Yep. That's a good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
I try to follow a few, but like I'm really intrigued by this trainer, like at Intercom. It's close to our space and it's really interesting.
Sorry, who is the CEO?
This trainer, like Intercom guy.
Yep. Number 3, but what's your favorite online tool besides Intercom?
If I had to pick one, I would say Airtable.
Yep. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
6.
Yeah, it's good. And what's your situation? Married, single, you have kids?
3 kids, not married yet.
Wow, 3 kids. Okay, not married, but I guess in a relationship or no?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 37.
All right, yes, last question. Take us back 17 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. I would say like everything's going to be all right. I think that's the really important one for me back then.
There you guys have it from Yes, everything's going to be okay. He launched Prezly, which is PR software for corporate communications teams back in, really 2012-ish, but they got serious in 2014 when they started actually selling the thing. They now have a team of 15 people, totally remote, over 300 paying customers, paying about, call it $600, $700, $800, $900 a month, doing somewhere around, 200-ish per month right now. But economics are really healthy. 1.2% logo churn and 0.9% revenue churn, net revenue churn monthly. CAC is about $7,000. He's really focused on getting payback and holding it right around 6 months, which he is doing with the new folks coming on. Growing healthy, right? So back a year ago, 2016, finished at about a $900,000 annual recurring run rate. 2017 ended somewhere north of 1.6. So healthy growth. Yes, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you.